What's going on, YouTube? We're back with another video. So today I'm gonna go over all the currently announced Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet and who I think you're gonna see in the early VGC meta. Now I can't go over all the niches of Pokemon with the new Terrestrialize mechanic because I don't really understand how the mechanic is going to be used, if it's going to be better to use it defensively or offensively, so I can't really get into the nuances of that. But I can go over what I currently know with my current knowledge of who I think is going to be very good with what we currently have in the Pokédex. So let's get started. So obviously the new Pokemon, I have no clue. I have no idea how good they're gonna be. So the new Pokemon I kind of exempt, except certain ones who we know the abilities of. We still don't know the base stats of new Pokemon, but like I'll use Farigiraf for one. I can kind of like get an idea of how good that is just from the abilities they show. But a lot of new Pokemon I have no idea. It's just all speculation. But so these four, I don't know. I don't know how good they are. Talonflame will definitely be used 100% in the meta. Talonflame, Gale Wings, Tailwind support, Brave Bird, can get Will-O-Wisp, can get Quick Guard. You will 100% see a whole bunch of Talonflame when Scarlet and Violet come out in the VGC meta. 100%. You're gonna see them. Palmy, don't really know. Houndour, Houndoom, kind of niche. It's gonna be fighting with other fire types like Arcana and Talonflame. Has Flash Fire, but Houndoom isn't really, when it comes to VGC, not really viable. Now, like I said, Terrestrialize could change the whole game, and you know they could also just buff Houndoom. I don't know, but what I currently know, Houndoom ain't really all that in VGC. So Fido, don't know. Gyarados, I think Gyarados will actually be pretty good with the Terrestrialize mechanic, because you know Gyarados has a lot of good moves. Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Power Whip. Now you can Terrestrialize Gyarados so it loses its electric typing. You can Terrestrialize it into a grass type, and now it gets Stab, Power Whips, and stuff like that. So Gyarados will be seen 100%. I think Gyarados will be pretty good. With what I currently know about the Terrestrialize mechanic. So you got Eevee, no. Vaporeon, VGC, not really. Jolteon, maybe. Flareon, no. Espeon, no. Umbreon, yes. Umbreon is a tanky boy. Umbreon is good in VGC. Umbreon, you can use Umbreon right now in series 13 Chaos with all the legendaries. Very good. It was very good in series 12 too, even with the two restricteds. Umbreon is very tanky, has good support, yawn pressure, snarl pressure, good typing. Dark is always good, immune to Prankster, so Whimsicots can't taunt him, etc. You can get taunted by other things, but Umbreon is always like a vanguard. It's like the tank of the team. So Umbreon, I feel, is like one of the best evolutions, along with Sylveon. Sylveon and Umbreon are always like always pretty good in VGC. So for sure, Leafeon's is usable in VGC, but it's pretty niche compared to like things like Venusaur. Leafeon is good because it has Chlorophyll, which doubles its speed in the sun. But you know, Intimidate runs wild. Leafeon's a physical attacker, grass type. It's good. It's usable in VGC with sun setters like Torkoal and things like that. So you'll probably see some Leafeon, but I don't think it's as good as Umbreon and Sylveon when it comes to like team performance. Usable though compared to the other evolutions. Glaceon has, like, I've seen some gimmicks with Glaceon in VGC where they were I think Glaceon's ability is like Snow Cloak or something. It's just gimmicky, bro. It's not that great, but usable compared to like Flareon or whatever, but not the best evolution. Sylveon you will definitely see. Sylveon is very good in VGC as well. So Sylveon and Umbreon, in my opinion, are the best evolutions for VGC. Sylveon is very good. Fairies are great typing. Pixelate, Hyper Voice, Spread move, right? Very strong. There's a new there's a new item introduced in Gen 8 Sword and Shield called Throat Spray. So when Sylveon Hyper Voices, it gains a special attack boost, and then it can Hyper Voice again. Can learn things like Mystical Fire. Sylveon actually has pretty good bulk. You can like run Quick Attack on it, even though it's a special attacker. You can pixelate the Quick Attack, and the Quick Attack gets powered up into a fairy move. So very good. Girafarig, I think Farigiraf, for what they showed so far, Farigiraf will actually be pretty good. I did a video on that. That's my last video, so y'all can go look at that. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty good just because of the new ability. It's basically got Serena's ability, Armor Tail, which is good, and it's a psychic type, so it probably gets Trick Room, so it'll be pretty good. Toxtricity is such a good. Toxtricity is a Gen 8 Pokemon. Very good design in my opinion, but it didn't really, you saw it early Sword and Shield, but it really didn't, even with its G-Max, it's not gonna have G-Max anymore, but toxicity is so squishy. Poison Electric is it's a cool typing to me. You know, 4 times weak to ground though, but like I said, with Terrestrialize, maybe. You know what I'm thinking? Like you could Toxicity does have that new ability where sound moves get powered up or whatever, right? So you can Terrestrialize it into a normal type. Yeah, what is it called? Punk Rock increases the damage of sound-based moves by 30%, right? So you could Terrestrialize Toxicity into a normal type, and then Toxicity does get Boom Burst, right? Which is a sound-based move, and Boom Burst is spread 140 base power. So you could Terrestrialize Toxicity into a normal type and do Stab Boom Burst with Punk Rock and decimate the board, like, assuming you go first. You gotta have like speed control, because Toxicity isn't that fast, and he's very squishy too. But yeah, it's like 75 base speed, 114 base special attack. So it's not that high, but it ain't that, he ain't weak either. But you can do stuff like that. So he might actually see some play. Like, he might actually see some play early VGC. But other than that, I don't think he'll be like crazy. I can't really talk about Smoliv. Now, I've seen Satitan. Satitan does get Thick Fat and Slush Rush, but Hell is always like one of the worst weather conditions. What you'll see a lot of early Scarlet Violet is you'll see Tyranitar for Sand, especially if Excadrill is in the game. So you'll see Excadrill Tyranitar 100%. I don't think they reveal Excadrill yet, but if he's in the game, he'll definitely be paired with Tyranitar. But Hell is notoriously just the worst weather effect. But depending on Titan's abilities and move pool, you might see some play with him. I just can't comment on it because Hell is notoriously the worst weather effect. And it's notoriously bad. They always try to buff it. They create new moves like Aurora Veil and stuff like that. But Hell just can't compete with Sun, Sand, Rain, things like that. So we'll see what happens. So, what's his name? Cyclizar. I've seen his new effect, like Shed Tail. So that might see some. I can't really comment on the new stuff though, so we'll just skip some of the new Pokemon. What's his name? Grafai. He has Unburden or whatever, but I don't know if that's his final evolution. I don't know his base stats. So like I said, I can't comment on the new Pokemon. I want these two to be good. I want these two to be great, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I made a video on what I want from them to be good in VGC. I kind of want to revamp Armorogue or Armarouge, but if you go look at that video, Cerulege, if you give because Cerulege is Fire Ghost, so he's immune to Fake Out, which is strong in VGC. And what I wanted was them to give Defiance to Cerulege, which means he'll be immune to Fake Out, and then he'll deter Intimidate, which are like VGC staples. You do that, he good to go, and then give him the stats that I want. So we'll see what happens. Wiglet can't comment on. Wooper can't comment on. Quagsire is very good in singles, but VGC you don't really see Quagsire too much. But Quagsire is very good in singles though. But I can't. This is a VGC video, so we'll see what happens with Paul Day and Wooper and see if like the new Quagsire will be anything good for VGC. But Quagsire is notorious in 1v1 because he's just a good staller, good ability where, you know, stat changes don't matter in front of him. He's bulky, toxic, just an annoying wall. Pikachu, Raichu, you'll see Raichu. Raichu is always pretty good because of Lightning Rod. So Raichu will always be good in VGC just because of his ability. Raichu is a Fake Out Pokemon and it has Lightning Rod. So it'll automatically deter electric moves, which creates a mind game for your opponent. So Raichu will always be good in VGC. Raichu will always have a place in VGC. So you'll definitely see Raichu a lot. Jigglypuff is supposedly getting a new form according to the leaks. If y'all didn't know, sorry, but Wigglytuff does have competitive, which can deter Intimidate. So Wigglytuff can be used in VGC. Is it the best choice? Not really. You don't see it too much, but it does have its place. Competitive does have its place because it deters Intimidate. So it does have a place in VGC. So you might see it early on, but it's not the best Pokemon, but it has its uses. Venomoth. Does Venomoth get Sleep Powder? I haven't seen Venomoth in so long, bro. Like I have not seen this thing in a competitive Pokemon in forever, but you get powder moves, right? I don't really know. I don't think you're gonna see Venomoth too much in VGC. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Maybe though. Like I said, Terrestrialize could change the game. Diglett Duck Trio. Duck Trio is very fast. I think Duck Trio's base speed is like 130 or something. And it does like, it doesn't have like Arena Trap. Duck Trio has uses in VGC. I think I've seen some Duck Trio in VGC early Sword and Shield. Oh, it's 110, excuse me. Yeah, Duck Trio's like 110. Very squishy. HP stats abysmal, 35. You basically spit on Duck Trio, it dies. It's like Arcana. But you usually you want to run Focus Ash. But Duck Trio has like some stuff they could do. I think you'll see some Duck Trio. You won't see too much of Duck Trio though, but you might see his brother Wiglet. The what they gonna call that? Wog Trio? Is that gonna be his name? I don't know. You gonna see his cousin in VGC probably, depending on like what they do with it. But Persian does get fake out, but I don't think Persian is very. Alolan Persian was very good in VGC. I remember Alolan version or Persian being a pretty good mon, but I don't think you'll see regular Persian. Golduck. Don't sleep on Golduck, y'all. Like, Golduck base stats might not be the best, but Golduck is going to be the swift swimmer. Golduck is going to, currently right now for what we see, this thing is going to be the swift swimmer of the generation, right? Pelipper is in the game too, I think. So, this thing, base stats isn't that good. His speed stat is 85, but that doesn't matter because once the rain comes out, he's double his speed automatically, right? And weather effect is notoriously good in VGC. So you're gonna see Golduck guaranteed because I'm gonna be using Golduck, baby. In one of them teams, when I'm running them rain teams, Golduck is definitely gonna be used. Golduck has 95 base special attack. Like the stats aren't really great, but it doesn't matter because he gets swift swim. And remember, when it's raining, water type moves are powered up. So remember the terrestrialize mechanic as well. When a Pokemon terrestrializes into the same typing, it gets a boost to its power, right? So when Golduck is on the field, Rain is on the field, right? So he gets Swift Swim and his water type moves are powered up. Then he could terrestrialize into a water type, which he already is. So his moves get more powerful. Then you could do Stab, Hydro Pumps, bro. Stab, Terrestrialize, boost, or yeah, Stab, Terrestrialize, boosted, Rain boosted, Hydro Pumps, and you're Swift Swimming, right? So he moving, he got the Kenyan legs, he's Scooby-Dooing around his opponents, bro. Like Golduck will be used 100%. For early VGC, you'll see him a lot just because of the ability. So don't sleep on him just because his base stats is trash. The ability and the mechanic will make up for it. So he'll be good. Arcana, you're gonna see 100% just because I don't see any Incineroar right now. So he's gonna be like one of the main intimidators. Arcana is notoriously like good as well. Intimidate is strong in VGC, right? Just having an intimidate pressure. He can't pivot like Incineroar does, and he doesn't have that dark typing like Incineroar, and he also doesn't have to fake out like Incineroar does. But without Incineroar, Arcanon is like one of the best intimidators in VGC. So you'll see Arcanon 100%. Everybody's gonna be using them especially at the start. You'll see them at the start 100% because everybody's gonna be looking for an intimidator, and Arcanon's gonna be like, unless they make some new, they're gonna make some new Pokemon. We haven't seen a lot of new Pokemon yet, but Arcanon is 100% on like most VGC teams. He'll be like top 20, top 10 usage for sure. Slowbro has his place. Slowbro has his place in VGC as like a Trick Roomer, Water Psychic, bulky. You'll see some Slowbros, but I think he has his place in VGC. Magnezone, yes, Magnezone will be used in VGC as well. If Alolan Mook is in the game, Alolan Mook might not be there. Cloister is good in singles. I don't know how good Cloister will be in doubles though. And like I said, I can't really. Things might change because of the terrestrialized mechanic. So I don't know. I know everybody runs Cloister in the 3v3 ranked matches just because of like skill link and like being able to break sashes and then shell smash. They usually run like Focus Sash on the Cloister, then shell smash, and then like they like Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, stuff like that. Because Cloister's ability is skill link. So any move that attacks 2 to 5 times will always attack 5 times. So Cloister, I think you'll see it a lot more 1v1 more than 2v2. It might have its place in VGC, but I think it's more of a 1v1 mon. Gengar, I think Gengar will always have its place in VGC. Hypno, not really. Chansey, Blissey, nah. Chansey is like them gimmicky Pokemon. Like you'll see like Chansey, and they run like Minimize, Shuckle, Guard Swap. Chansey's a gimmick. Always has a place, but it's a gimmick. It'll never be like top tier. It's just more like I'm trying to make my opponent mad Pokemon. Scyther, Scizor, I think you'll see Scizor. Scizor is Bug Steel. Very good move pool. Very Technician. Dragonite, yeah. Dragonite has its place in VGC. I'm looking at this list. There's a lot of viable Pokemon in VGC. I kind of like this roster looking at it. Pichu was basically Raichu, which will be used. Ampharos. Without Mega, not really. Ampharos, I don't think is that crazy in VGC. I think they're just way better electric types like Raichu and stuff like that. Ampharos is not very. You probably won't see this. Azumarill is very good. Azumarill would be very good in VGC, especially with Terrestrialize, I feel, because Azumarill is gonna be one of the belly drummers. Sudowoodo, not really. Skip Jumpluff, not really. Sunflower, no. Punch Crow, not really. Slowking, Slowbro is good. Slowking is good too, I think. Both of them, I think they would have their uses. Mischievous, Mismagius, not really. Fortress, I really don't know about Fortress, to be honest, because Fortress is still bug too, like Scizor. You see, I think Fortress is one of them 1v1 mons. Like, he's like, you set up Spike, Stealth Rock, and stuff like that. I think he's just better in 1v1 more than 2v2. I think if you're gonna use a bug steel type in 2v2, you go Scizor. Scizor is just technician priority. I think in 1v1 though, Fortress has its place. I don't know about VGC. Dunsparce is apparently getting a new evolution according to the leaks. They said Girafarig is getting a new evolution and Dunsparce. So we'll see. If Dunsparce is trash, like Dunsparce is trash, but if he gets an evolution, he might change. He might get a glow up. You know what I'm saying? He might become great. Dunsparce and Girafarig were leaked months before, saying they're gonna get evolutions. So we'll see what happens. But right now, no, he's just trash. Scizor, yes. Sneasel and Weavile will always have a place in VGC. Super fast, fake out mons, and I think in Scarlet Violet they're gonna allow Hisuian Pokemon. So I don't know how good Sneaseler will be, but I know Weavile and Sneasel. You can even use base Sneasel, and Sneasel is fine. Weavile and Sneasel will always have a place in VGC. Really good options. This thing right here is gonna be a beast if they allow its Legend Arceus form in the game. We already know certain Legend Arceus forms in the game, like Zoroark and stuff like that. But if this thing has legendary stats, it's just slow, but it doesn't matter because you just run it on Trick Room. Like, this thing's stats is crazy. Like, this will be one of the best Guts users in the game if it's in the game. So Guts, you give it a Flame Orb, and once the Flame, you give it Protect, Flame Orb, and like 3 other attacks. Once the Flame Orb procs, now the status condition can't be overwritten. So you can't sleep it, you can't paralyze it. And then the burn just boosts its attack. So not only do you become immune to status effects, the burn is actually boosting your attack by 50%, and it's half normal, which means Facade is gonna be boosted because of the burn, and Facade has stab because of the burn. This thing is gonna be a monster. I think it's like base 140. Base 140. This thing is, look at the stats. 130 HP, 140 base attack, 105 defense, special attack doesn't matter because it's using Guts, 80 special defense and 50 speed. Put it in a Trick Room team, give it a Flame Orb, give it Protect, go to town, bro. Like, this thing is gonna be crazy if it's allowed. Ursaring by itself isn't that great, but since Ursaring is in the game, I'm pretty sure they're gonna allow this thing to be used. So this thing will be great in VGC and Trick Room teams, in my opinion. This thing is just gonna be power, bro, as long as they allow it in the game. Donphan is one of them mons I really like in 1v1, but Donphan is supposedly getting 2 new forms, a future form and a past form according to the leaks. So we'll see what happens in VGC. I don't think base Donphan is one of the mons you use in VGC. I think it's more of like a 1v1 mon, but it could change because Donphan is slated to get 2 new forms along with Volcarona, according to the leaks. And I'm saying the leaks are credible because every trailer that I see, I've known about this stuff months before because of the leak. So every leak has been right so far. So since every leak has been credible so far, I'm going to assume Donphan is about to get 2 new forms. So we'll see how good the VGC viability is. Blissey, not really. Chansey you use because of the gimmicks, but Blissey, whatever. Tyranitar, guaranteed VGC meta. Guaranteed, especially if Excadrill is in the game. But even if Excadrill isn't in the game, Tyranitar is king. Tyranitar you'll always see in VGC just because he has Sandstream, right? Pelipper, same thing, always be great. Doesn't matter what the base stats are, doesn't matter because the ability is so good. Gardevoir, I've seen it in VGC. It has its place. It has its place. Actually, there was a lot of Gardevoir that was being used in Sword and Shield VGC, early Sword and Shield VGC. Can run Trick Room and in Prison, so you can like use it to like stop Trick Room. Just as half psychic, it does get those things, but Breloom is Breloom gets Spore, which means it has a place, because we know how good Sleep is. Unless they go to Legends Arceus route, then I don't know how Sleep is going to be in VGC. Breloom will have his place in VGC. Slaking will be good if Weezing is in the game, I think. Horiyama, very good in VGC. I haven't seen Horiyama in a while. He's back in the game, so he'll be very good in VGC. He's a fake out user, and his bulk is crazy. His defense and special defense isn't what makes him so tanky. It's his HP. His HP stat is 144. Base attack is 120. Base speed is 50. But it doesn't matter because he's a fake out user. So I think he gets bullet punch too. I can't forget. Does he get bullet punch? I don't know if he gets like a priority move. I can't remember. But the fact that he gets fake out, I mean, I guess that's technically priority. But you will see Horiyama, and according to the leaks, Horiyama actually gets one new form. He gets a future form. So even without the new form, Horiyama will be good no matter what, just because it has fake out pressure and things like that. So you'll see Horiyama a lot. That's a very good Pokemon. We already talked about Azumarill, so Azumarill will be good. Sableye, Quash, fake out pressure. Sableye will always be good. Metachan without Mega, honestly, trash. You're not gonna see Metachan. Camerupt, same thing, trash. Tesla's could change the game, but for what I currently know right now, nah, Camerupt, whatever. Torkoal 100% will be used because Torkoal is the sun setter, right? Weather is very strong. Weather is very strong in VGC. So if it's not Groudon, it's Torkoal. Cacturn, no, not really. Altaria does get Cloud 9. Without its Mega though, I don't think Altaria. I think just it does get Cloud 9. Cloud 9 stops all weather on the field, so it has its place. Is it that strong? Zongoose is my favorite Pokemon, bro, but it needs a buff, man. Give my man another form, bro. They're not. Seviper, trash. Not gonna be useful. Tropius, trash. Glalie, no, but I think the female version of Glalie. The female version, what's her name? Frostlass? Yeah, if it's female, Frostlass. Frostlass, I think it's like base. Frostlass is pretty fast. I think it's like base 110. Yeah, base 110. Focus Sash, Ice Ghost. Yeah, I could see Frostlass being used maybe. Is it that strong? Not really. Glalie, no, I don't think Glalie's gonna be that crazy. Yeah, Frostlass, the female version you might see. Salamence 100% will be used. Salamence is gonna get a glow up though, y'all, according to the leaks. Dolphin is gonna get a future and past form. Volcarona is gonna get a future and past form. And Salamence is gonna get a future and past form. But Salamence with no forms is already good because it has Intimidate. Like, Salamence with its Mega was crazy, but even without its Mega, Salamence will be used. And Salamence just has so many different builds because of its moveset. Like, Salamence can go special attacking route and go physical attacking route. It has Intimidate and it also has Moxie. So you'll see, and then apparently Salamence will get 2 other forms. You'll see this Pokemon a lot in VGC, bro. Staraptor does have Intimidate too, I think. But Staraptor, I don't think is very, like, compared to like everything else, I don't think it's very good. It has its place though, but Staraptor is. Luxray is a cool looking Pokemon, but not. He has guts and stuff. I think Luxray does get Intimidate too, but usually if you saw him in VGC, he was running like, it was like the gut spread. He was like Flame Orb guts. Vespiquen, no. Pachirisu, I know everybody's gonna be like on that Sejun Park thing. Oh, he won Worlds with Pachirisu because Follow Me and all that. It does have Follow Me. Like, it has its place. I'll say that it has its place in VGC. It does. It has its place. Bronzong will always be good in VGC. Bronzong it has very good defenses. It now gets body press. Very good. One of the best trick rumors in the game. Levitate. Bronzong 100% always has a place in VGC. Sudowoodo, nah, not really. Happening. Lucario. I really like Lucario as a Pokemon, but like Gen 8 kind of, he does, like without Mega, bro, like Lucario technically got a buff this gen, right? Inner Focus makes it so that Pokemon can't flinch, so he's immune to Fake Out, plus he's immune to Intimidate, right? But no, Lucario has his place. Hippowdon, I think the main setter in VGC is always Tyranitar. Hippowdon can be used though because of Sandstream, but you always see Hippowdon in 1v1 compared to VGC. Luminion trash. Abomasnow does set Hail, but Hail is notoriously the worst weather mechanic. But I think just because he has Snow Warning or whatever that's what it's called, yeah, Snow Warning, he has his place in VGC. Maybe Hell gets a buff. Maybe they buff that. Maybe they buff Hell to like significant degree, and Hell becomes a viable weather. But Hell is always at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to weather effects in double. So Abomasnow will be used if the opponent wants to run a snow team or like a Hell team, but Hell is notoriously just trash compared to everything else. Weavile always be good. Magnezone has his uses. Gallade is apparently getting another form. Gallade is getting another form. It's gonna be a future form. It's gonna be fairy fighting according to the leaks. So regular Gallade, you don't see it too much in VGC. I've seen some Gallade teams like ally switch, like gimmicky stuff with Gallade, but there's usually like better options. But Gallade might actually with this new form might actually be like super viable. We'll see what happens. But Frostlass, we already talked about Frostlass. Rotom will always have a place. Rotom will always be good in VGC. Like Rotom Wash, Rotom Heat. Lilligant 100% will be used because Lilligant would be paired with Torkoal. Lilligant does get Chlorophyll. If there's no Venusaur, it's probably Lilligant who's the Chlorophyll user. So, and then they're gonna do they might allow the Hisuian version in the game. But even if they don't allow the Hisuian version, just because Torkoal is in the game, you'll definitely see this thing on Torkoal teams because it has After You and has Chlorophyll. So Lilligant 100% top tier in VGC. If it's paired with Torkoal, which it will be, you'll see it a lot. Crocodile does get Intimidate. Zoroark, you see Zoroark on like 1v1 teams when they're using like the illusion trick, right? But if they're gonna, this is guaranteed allowed in Hisuian Zoroark is already shown, right? It's already shown that you're gonna be able to use the Legends Arceus version. This typing is crazy, bro. Normal Ghost is the craziest typing in like the game because it's only weak to. Well, I wouldn't say it's the craziest type. Well, maybe it is. I think Normal Ghost might actually be the best typing combination. It's only weak to Dark, but you can't hit it with fighting moves and you can't hit it with ghost moves. You can't hit it with Fake Out, right? And its ability is still Illusion. I don't know how strong that's going to be in VGC, but the typing is so good, man. Sawsbuck, trash. Electros and VGC. You know, I like how they changed Electros. They put them back on the ground, right? I hate it. But I think it was like they started. Was it like in Sun and Moon, or was it like in X and Y, where they made Electros when he's in battle, he like floats or whatever. They finally changed it back to his old battle pose in Scarlet Violet. Thank God. But is he like VGC viable? I'm not really. Cool Pokemon, but I don't know if he has like a place. He has Levitate, whatever. It's like I'd rather just use Raichu or something with like Lightning Rod, or I don't know if he'll really have a place in VGC. But I'm glad they changed his battle pose. That doesn't really matter, but it matters to me. Like I don't know. Beartic will be used in Hail teams because it has Slush Rush. We'll see. He might be outclassed by Titan though, but I don't know the base stats. Kraganol, Hydreigon will be good. Hydreigon will always have a place in VGC, and I think Hydreigon with the Terrestrialize mechanic just becomes better because Hydreigon has a very good move pool, Flash Cannon, things like that. You could like Terrestrialize to a Steel type, stab Flash Cannons or stuff like that. I mean, you could just use the Terra. I don't know the base power of like the new Terra Blast or whatever it's called. I don't know what the base power is on that, but Hydreigon will always be good. Hydreigon just has a really good move pool. It has Levitate as well, but this thing will always be good in VGC. It always has a place, so you'll see it. One of them good dragons. One of them good dragons, baby. Am I almost done with this list? Oh, I'm almost done. Okay. Vivillon? Not really. Pyroar? No. Florges? Haven't seen Florges in a long time. Gogolt? No. Clawitzer? Clawitzer gets Mega Launcher, but nah, I don't think it's going to be that crazy. Goodra? Yeah. I think Goodra will be very... You see Goodra a lot in Sword and Shield. When Sword and Shield first came out, non-restricted formats, Goodra is always very good. Noivern does get Tailwind, but I think compared to like the other dragons, it has its place. I haven't seen this bird in a long time. Nah, I don't think so. Doesn't this bird have like mad forms? Yeah. Nah, trash. Who else? Lycanroc. I think Lycanroc is one of them Pokemon that you see a lot in, like, it has its uses in singles. Stealth Rocker, very fast. Maybe with Terrestrialize. Maybe, you know. VGC? Not really. Toxapex is very cancerous in 1v1, but Toxapex isn't that strong in doubles. Mudsdale. Bro, I remember Mudsdale being so good when Sword and Shield came out. Lurantis, you'll see Lurantis in Trick Room teams. Serena will be good. Serena is good just because of how Farigiraf is good, because Serena is the originator of Queenly Majesty. Wait, did Bruxish come out first, or did Serena come out first? Did they come out in the same gen? Was Bruxish in the same gen as, I can't really remember. Anyway, she's the OG of protecting you from priority moves, right? Serena has Queenly Majesty, so will always be good in VGC just because it stops Fake Out, it stops Grassy Glide, it stops all that stuff, right? So Kamala trash. Greedent could be used because Greedent is one of them belly drummers like Azumarill. So, and I think Greedent has like a base speed of like 20. I think it's very slow. So yeah, 20. So Greedent will be used. Belly drummer in the Trick Room team. Not bad. It has its place. I don't think it's crazy, but it has its place in VGC. Corbinite is actually pretty good in VGC. I remember a lot of Corbinite. Dreadnought is a swift swimmer, so it has its place. Colossal is very good with Dynamax. I think without Dynamax it's not as good. Appleton, Grass Dragon. I think Appleton was the first Grass Dragon, right? Sword and Shield. You didn't even early Sword and Shield. You saw it, but it wasn't really that. Not really. It ain't terrible, but it ain't really good either. Nah, not really. You ain't gonna see it. Poltergeist, whatever. Hatterene, top tier. You definitely gonna see Hatterene. Hatterene has Magic Bounce and is one of the premier Trick Roomers in Gen 8. So even without his Gigantamax form, Hatterene is definitely top tier Trick Room. Pink Urchin actually isn't that terrible. Believe it or not, I see this thing a lot. I see this thing a few times. It does have Lightning Rod and it does have Electric Surge, so it does set electric terrain. Stonejourner is good. You didn't really see that much Frostmoth. Frostmoth has that ability, but whatever. Frostmoth is kind of whatever. Stonejourner is good because of power. What's it called? Power. What's the ability called? Power Spot. Yeah. SQ was actually seen a lot when Sword and Shield first came out. SQ has the Ice Face thing, right? You hit it with a physical. It wasn't like you hit it with a physical attack. Like it's slow, and then once you break its face, it gets that little head, but then its speed stat goes up considerably, right? Wasn't it like that? Its speed is like 135 or something. So it's very slow while it has the block on its face, like it's 50, and then once you break its face, its speed stat goes to 130, right? So Copper Raja, kind of mid. Can't use it in Trick Room teams. Not really, bro. I mean, whatever. Copper Raja's not. It's one of the new Pokemon that's kind of like forgotten about. Not really. And then Miraidon doesn't matter because they're not usable. They're banned, right? You'll see them in 2 to 3 years. But anyway, that was long. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of this. That's a lot of editing I gotta do. But yeah, if y'all like this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one, all right? Peace.